As president, I'm pleased to welcome you on behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the governing boards of Weber State University to the university's 139th commencement. The prelude and processional music were performed by the Weber State University Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Michael Palumbo. Seated on the platform are members of the Board of Trustees, James Beardall, Kyle Braithwaite, Alan Hall, Mary Hall, Kathryn Lindquist, Steve Starks, and Kevin Sullivan. We're very pleased Dr. Rodney Brady, past president of the university, is with us today. Also with us are Nolan Karras, Scott Marquardt, and Teresa Tyre from the Utah State Board of Regents. In addition, Carol Murphy from the Utah State Board of Regents and the Utah State Board of Education, and Cameron Martin, Associate Commissioner for the Utah System of Higher Education, are joining us. We're pleased to have as our special guest honorary degree recipients Gordon Allred, Mark DeYoung, Paul Favero, and Harris Simmons, and the recipients of the 2012 Presidential Distinguished Professor Award, Diane Kawamura and John Mukumubaku. Past honorary degree recipients, faculty, staff, and student body officers are seated on the floor. I would especially like to acknowledge our faculty and staff who are retiring this year. We appreciate their dedication and their service to the university, and we wish them well in their new endeavors. Let's give them a round of applause. Welcome, graduates. Today, as you receive your degree from Weber State University, take a moment to think about how your education has helped you grow in ways you couldn't imagine even a few years ago. You have acquired the intellectual development that comes from reading great literature, studying the sciences, and examining the historical and social issues of our age. You have had opportunities to apply your knowledge in fields as diverse as education, business, health professions, and technology. The sum of these learning experiences has formed you into the person you are today, a college graduate who is prepared for the world that awaits you tomorrow. As you receive your diploma, you join the ranks of more than 4,000 students who will graduate during this academic year. You also become one of more than 100,000 alumni of this institution. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to learn more about the class of 2012. Graduates, listen, please stand if you're first in your family to graduate from college. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Please stand if you worked part-time or full-time while attending the university. Thank you. You may be seated. Please stand if you participated in an internship, a capstone course, a service learning, undergraduate research, or senior project as a part of your university experience. Thank you. You may be seated. Please stand if you have a job or are continuing in graduate or professional studies. Thank you. You may be seated. Congratulations to each of you and best wishes for your future success. Today, as we celebrate your accomplishment, I'd like to recognize two faculty members who've made a difference in the lives of our graduating class. They are recipients of the Presidential Distinguished Professor Award, made possible by a generous gift to the university. We would like to sincerely thank the donors for this thoughtful contribution to honor our faculty. This award is given to faculty members who demonstrate outstanding achievement in teaching, scholarship, and community service. I'm pleased to announce that Diane Kawamura of Radiological Sciences and John Mukumbaku from Economics are the Presidential Distinguished Professors for 2012. A detailed list of their accomplishments is presented in your program. I'll share just a few highlights from each of their careers, along with accolades from students. Radiologic Sciences Professor Diane Kawamura developed one of the first programs in diagnostic medical sonography. Since she joined the faculty in 1978, Dr. Kawamura has been instrumental in the development and growth of the bachelor and master's degree programs in the Department of Radiological Sciences. Her work has helped establish Weber State as a premier academic center for medical imaging education. Dr. Kawamura is the author of Diagnostic Medical Sonography, Abdomen and Superficial Structures, one of the foremost texts in medical sonography. Her students rave about her knowledge and commitment to her field. Radiologic Sciences master's degree, Casey Crandall states, Dr. Kawamura puts her life into this. Just listening to her in class, she can rattle information off the top of her head because of her experience. I trust her because she will make sure my work is up to caliber. And if it is, I know it's perfect. She has been my compass, helping me not only find a career, but find a passion for what I do. Congratulations, Diane. Economics professor John Mukumbaku is internationally renowned for his work in the fields of international trade, public choice, and economic development. In 2011, he was appointed as a non-resident senior fellow at the prestigious Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. The author of 5 books and more than 80 articles, Dr. Mubaku's research and scholarship focuses on the importance of a sound institutional framework for economic development in Africa. A superb teacher, students praise Dr. Mubaku for sharing interesting stories that draw from his personal experiences, which significantly enrich their learning environment. He also serves as a mentor to many international students and generously donates his time to supporting minority groups within the Weber State community. Roger Widdison, a junior accounting major, says, "The thing I like most is Dr. Mubaku's ability to present entertaining examples of the material we are learning. He has experience in a lot of different countries with a variety of economic systems. He brings that into class, and that helps us better understand economics." Congratulations, John. As you can see, these professors demonstrate a strong commitment to their students and their academic disciplines. Please join me in recognizing the Presidential Distinguished Professors for 2012, Diane Kawamura and John Mukumbaku. You will now have the opportunity to hear from Trevor Hicks Collins, one of our outstanding graduates, who as a representative of the 2012 class will deliver the student address. Following Trevor's remarks, James Beardall, Alan Hall, Kathryn Lindquist, and Kevin Sullivan, members of the university's Board of Trustees, will present the 4 honorary degree recipients. We will then hear from Mark DeYoung, followed by the Weber State University Symphony Orchestra. Trevor Hicks Collins, a father of 3, is graduating magna cum laude today with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a minor in Child Development. Trevor resumed his education at age 32 after running his own business. While pursuing his degree, Trevor served 2 years as the non-traditional director on the Weber State University Davis Student Council. This past year, he served as student vice president for the Davis campus. He spent 3 years as a peer mentor for the first-year experience program. A member of the Golden Key International Society, Trevor served as president of the local chapter this year. In 2011, he received the Crystal Crest Wildcat Achievement Award, and just this past week, he was named the 2012 Crystal Crest Man of the Year. After graduation, Trevor plans to complete an internship before pursuing graduate work in developmental psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Hicks Collins.
Hello, graduates, alumni, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Today is a day that many of us have been looking forward to for a very long time. A few months ago, I was thinking about what it meant for me to reach this day and to walk across this floor and to receive my degree. And one question loomed before me: what has Weber State University taught me? As I was pondering this, my mind began to wander back over the road that brought me here, so I wanted to share some of those memories with you. When I graduated high school, and this is before some of you even entered the education system, I graduated with honors and scholarships, and I decided to throw all of this away to bypass higher education to chase my dreams to become a rock star. We can all see how that worked out. Years later, I found myself a small business owner and the main provider for my family. One Friday afternoon, my life path was drastically changed. I was driving home when I was hit by a drunk driver. This accident led to many surgeries to rebuild my lower back. I lost my business and I slipped into a deep state of depression. At the time, I thought my purpose in life was lost. Then, with the support of my wife, we both started to attend classes at Weber State. In my time here, I've had the opportunity to be a peer mentor for the first-year experience program, the non-traditional director on the student council at the Davis campus for 2 years, and this year I have served as the Davis campus vice president for the WS USA. In between all this, I've found the time to be a chair for one club, a liaison for one club, a vice president for another club, and president of 2 other clubs. I've also had the opportunity to be part of 3 different research projects and to help teach Psychology 1010 to concurrent enrollment high school students. I can continue to list my list of accomplishments, as many of you can, but why am I talking about these things? It's because this leads us back to what Weber State has taught me. In 4.5 years, Weber has given me an education, and one which I'm proud of. But to say that Weber State just gave me an education would be an understatement. I want to share with you what Weber State has really taught me. The main thing Weber has taught me is how to push myself beyond my limits, to take on just a little bit more than I can handle, to force myself to grow. We've all been pushed beyond our limits, and we've all been faced with the question, can I really do this? But because you're all here wearing a cap and gown, there has been only one answer to that question: yes, I can. Weber has taught me how to push myself to grow. When I was in high school, I participated in service. But in my time away from education, I forgot what it meant to volunteer my time to others. More importantly, I forgot how rewarding service is to the person who's providing the service. Weber encouraged me and helped me to log over 300 hours of service in my time here. Weber has taught me service. Coming back after my accident and depression, I was lost. I never thought that I would be a leader because I felt as though I couldn't even lead myself. After having the opportunities to hold leadership positions that I have held here at Weber, I can say with confidence that my confidence has not only been restored, but I have learned new qualities about myself that have allowed me to strive to reach my true potential. Weber has taught me to be a leader. My family and friends have stood by me during these past 4.5 years and supported me in so many ways. People who have loved me have sacrificed their time, their money, and their own opportunities to help me succeed. One thing I didn't expect was to receive this love and support from the faculty and staff here at Weber. But I can say that there have been many individuals that have done just that. Professors took personal care in my success. Weber has taught me what it means to be loved and supported. I thought it knew what I meant to fight for what I wanted during my time here at Weber, but I have seen this battle through many different vantage points. Through my involvement, I've had the opportunity to meet many students who have shown me what it really means to stand up and fight for what they want. Fellow students, many of you have come from wealthy families and you didn't receive any financial support from them. Some of you have worked full-time to pay for your own tuition. Many of you are from other countries and you haven't been able to have the emotional support from your families. Several of you have been so financially strapped that you are only able to eat one package of ramen noodle a day to survive. Many of you have dealt with death, divorce, loss of a job, balancing a family, and so many other life-altering situations, even if it was just a pass Math 1050. No matter what your personal battle was, all of you have fought through this to be here today. Weber State, your students have taught me what it means to fight. Each one of you standing out there today can probably give us a list of things that Weber has taught you outside of your education. This is what college is truly about. Many people can say that their alma mater has given them an education, but can they really say their university has taught them anything? We are wildcats. We bleed purple. We can say that our alma mater did give us more than an education. On behalf of all today's graduates, I want to say thank you, Weber State, and every one of you that has helped make WSU what it is today. We will forever be grateful to you, no matter where life takes us tomorrow. Thank you.
Progress is making goals, then making new goals.
Waking up every morning and being able to start your day and be an improvement on yourself by the end of that day.
Always trying to better yourself.
Progress opens a whole new world full of great possibilities.
I don't see the progress is a giant step. It is a small victories.
What I enjoyed the most about Weber State was the classmates and faculty I got to work with.
You know that they're going to do anything that they can to help you succeed.
This is Dr. Henderson, and this is Dr. Chapman.
Jonathan Clark, he's my research mentor.
I had an opportunity to volunteer in Mai Mahiu, Kenya through Weber State Stand, and this is a picture from when we first arrived in the internally displaced persons camps. After having this experience, I really learned the importance of just having faith in people and faith in communities.
I'm getting my Master's of Radiologic Sciences. We're the first graduating class here from Weber State. Rex Christensen, he taught me everything there is to know about MRI, and the other is Dr. Robert Walker, and he has been my mentor.
I think climbing is a great example of progress. This picture is me as a kid looking up at the Grand Teton. Later I had the opportunity to climb that mountain, and I've been able to climb many mountains since.
Here's a picture of me presenting my research that I've done at an international conference in Japan.
I have a degree in Bachelor's of Integrated Studies with the emphasis of Criminal Justice, Political Science, and Communications. Being at Weber State and being a student athlete definitely was something that helped teach me time management, and it helped also teach me leadership skills.
I'm getting an MBA. I absolutely believe Weber State has helped me to make a difference in the future.
Everything that I've done here at Weber State has prepared me to doing whatever I want to after this.
Now when I'm applying for jobs, I'm not afraid to have to go in there and be a team leader. Like, it's something I want to do.
Better myself as much as possible, always learning new things and always progressing.
A Bachelor of Science in Anthropology, Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, and a Bachelor of Integrated Studies in Chemistry, Neuroscience, and Psychology. It has just been the most amazing experience.
This photo means a lot to me. Last year, earthquake disaster happened in Japan. I teamed up with a few of my other friends, and I told them that something needs to be done. We need to help Japan. I am a founder for a nonprofit organization, Jars for Japan. With the help of Weber State University students, faculties, we were able to make someone's life difference out there in Japan.
I got a lot of interaction with my professors and other students from different walks of life. It gave me some real-world experience as well as, the college experience that I was looking for.
The great thing about Weber State University Upward Bound is that it gave me all the tools that I needed to succeed.
Weber State's been very influential in my progress. While I was attending at Weber State, I became an EMT, and during that time I was studying communication, and I've been able to apply those communication skills to the practical, real-life experiences in search and rescue.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Love you guys.
They've helped me with the progress in my education because they've always been there to support me.
He practically put his career in the back burner and helped me to go through this school, and I was able to finish MBA program in 40 weeks because of him.
That's the greatest gift you've ever given to me.
And just being able to hear them say, like, I'm proud of you, you can do it.
Love you guys, thanks.
I am Brittany Moore, and I am progress.
I am Pechampu Sanpanit, and I am progress.
I am progress.
I am progress.
I am Tawny Henderson, and I am progress.
We will now proceed with the awarding of the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities. This is the highest honor Weber State University confers upon an individual, and we are pleased to award such degrees today. President Milner, honored guests, distinguished faculty, it is the recommendation of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Weber State University that the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities be conferred on Paul Favero. Will Forrest Crawford, Professor and Assistant to the President for Diversity, and Brad Mortensen, Vice President for University Advancement, please escort Mr. Favero to the podium and assist in the hooding. Dr. Paul Favero is a respected dentist as well as a successful businessman and rancher. After graduating from Weber State in 1954, Dr. Favero earned a graduate degree in dentistry at Northwestern University in Chicago. Throughout a professional career spanning more than 5 decades, he has dedicated himself to the care of his loyal patients and the development of a thriving, multi-generational dental practice in Sacramento. Dr. Favero has been equally successful in the realm of real estate investment, having founded a regional bank and developed numerous properties and business centers. He also derives great pleasure managing his ranch in the San Joaquin Valley, a world-class enterprise that boasts a herd of 4,000 cattle. Dr. Favero has transferred his commitment of excellent dental care to Weber State University, where he and his wife have created the Paul and Jerry Favero Dental Hygiene Endowment Fund. This far-reaching gift benefits dental hygiene faculty and students by funding supplies, teaching materials, and equipment needs, as well as covering travel requirements, speaker stipends, and workshop expenses. Dr. Favero enthusiastically supports Weber State in other respects. He has generously served as a member of the university's National Advisory Council for more than a decade. Additionally, he and his wife, Jerry, are influential members of a newly organized Weber State alumni group in Northern California, where they have hosted a number of booster events. For these and numerous other professional and personal accomplishments, the Board of Trustees and President F. Ann Milner, on behalf of Weber State University, confer upon Paul Favero the degree of Doctor of Humanities.
President Milner, honored guest, distinguished faculty, it is the recommendation of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Weber State University that the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities be conferred upon Dr. Gordon Allred. Will Kyle Braithwaite, a member of the Board of Trustees, and Jan Winifred, Vice President for Student Affairs, please escort Mr. Allred to the podium and assist in the hooding. Dr. Gordon T. Allred is an emeritus professor of English at Weber State University, where he served as a distinguished faculty member for 48 years. Prior to his retirement in 2011, Dr. Allred had been especially recognized for his instructional expertise in fields of creative writing and modern literature. He has also earned a well-developed reputation as an outstanding mentor who has positively influenced the lives of as many as 20,000 students. Dr. Allred holds master's and doctorate degrees in English from the University of Utah. In addition to his teaching career, he has also enjoyed great success as an author of more than 20 book-length biographical and fictional works, as well as numerous articles, short stories, and poems. Dr. Allred is a popular lecturer and public speaker, a former associate editor of Improvement Era magazine, a writer for the U.S. Forest Service, and a 5th-degree black belt in the Kempo karate system. Dr. Allred's creative accomplishments were recognized with top honors in the Utah Fine Arts Creative Writing Contest for his 1981 novel, Starfire, along with subsequent 2nd and 3rd place awards for short stories and poetry. He's received the Author of the Year Award from the League of Utah Writers, the Sigma Delta Chi Award for his international bestseller, Kamikaze, and the Ogden Mayor's Award for Literature. Other significant honors previously received by Dr. Allred include the Presidential Distinguished Professor Award in 1981, the H. Aldous Dixon and Purple Paw Awards from the Weber State University Alumni Association, the Crystal Crest Master Teacher Award from the Associated Students of Weber State University, the George and Beth Lowe Award for Innovative Teaching, and the Weber State Creative Achievement Award. Congratulations, Dr. Allred. Congratulations. You've had a great career. We're really proud of what you've done.
President Milner, honored guests, distinguished faculty, it is the recommendation of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Weber State University that the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities be conferred on Harris Simmons. Will Mike Vaughn, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Mary Hall, President of the Alumni Association, please escort Mr. Simmons to the podium and assist in the hooding. Harris H. Simmons is the Chairman, President, and CEO of Zions Bank Corporation, the second largest domestically headquartered bank holding company in the western United States. Mr. Simmons is an alumnus of the University of Utah, where he graduated magna cum laude in economics, and the Harvard Business School, where he earned a graduate degree in business administration with an emphasis in finance. After completing these studies, he embarked on a distinguished career in the fields of banking and finance. While providing visionary management to Zions Bank Corporation over the past 3 decades, Mr. Simmons has been a driving force in regional economic development efforts by providing financing for many thousands of small and mid-sized businesses throughout the western United States. He has also served his industry as chairman of the Utah Bankers and American Bankers Association, as well as member of the Financial Services Roundtable. In addition to his professional accomplishments, Mr. Simmons has dedicated much of his time and effort to supporting religious, medical, community, artistic, and educational activities as a trustee of charitable foundations and nonprofit organizations. Those groups include the Youth Village, the Pioneer Theater Company, and the Alliance for Unity. Mr. Simmons' public service experience includes membership on boards of directors of numerous business organizations, including Quastar Corporation, O.C. Tanner Company, and National Life Group. He has also supported community efforts in the roles of president or chairman of the Shelter of the Homeless Committee, the Economic Development Corporation of Utah, the Utah Foundation, the Utah Symphony, and the Salt Lake County Zoo, Arts, and Parks authorization and reauthorization campaigns. Congratulations to Mr. Simmons. Thank you.
President Milner, honored guests, distinguished faculty, it is a recommendation of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Weber State University that the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities be conferred on Mark DeYoung. Will Norm Tarbox, Vice President for Administrative Services, and Brett Ellis, Vice President for Information Technology, please escort Mark DeYoung to the podium and assist in the hoodie. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark W. DeYoung is President and Chief Executive Officer of Alliant Tech Systems, or you would know the company as ATK, a Fortune 500 company. Is an international aerospace, defense, and commercial products enterprise with more than 17,000 employees and annual revenues of nearly $5 billion. Mr. DeYoung is a Utah native and an alumnus of Weber State University, where he earned a baccalaureate degree in business prior to completing a Master's of Business Administration degree at Westminster College. Mr. DeYoung began his career as a financial analyst at the Hercules Aerospace Company in Salt Lake City during the 1980s. ATK acquired Hercules in 1995, and Mr. DeYoung rose rapidly through that firm's management ranks to eventually head its Armament Systems Group, which is ATK's largest business entity. In that capacity, he led the successful corporate integration of several acquired companies and guided the growth of Armament Systems Group revenues from $600 million in 2003 to more than $2 billion 7 years later. Mr. DeYoung's leadership of ATK has also supported Utah's economic development efforts, including the relocation of the Airbus A350 program to Utah from Mississippi, which will now add 800 jobs to the firm's Utah-based business. Mr. DeYoung's public service experience includes membership in numerous industry trade associations, including the Board of Governors of the Aerospace Industries Association and the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation, support of wildlife conservation associations and their activities, efforts to strengthen northern Utah communities, including benefiting military families in association with numerous non-profit organization and educational efforts, and advocacy of higher education through his relationships with the John B. Goddard School of Business and Economics at Weber State University. Mr. DeYoung, I'm happy to present this award to you.
Thank you.
We will now hear from Mr. DeYoung.
Thank you very much. President Milner, members of the Board of Regents and the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, parents, family members, and most importantly, graduates. It's a privilege to be back at Weber State University to be able to speak with you on this great occasion. President Milner, I want to first take a few moments to acknowledge your contributions and thank you for your long and productive service as president of this great institution. President Milner, you have created an enthusiasm for college attendance, higher learning, community partnership, and citizenship. Your impact on students, the institution, the community, and our great state is immeasurable. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to the university and to our community. We look forward to your contributions in future roles. To those of you here today, the graduates, who are anxiously awaiting for that culminating event. When your name is called today, you walk across the stage and time stands still for a second of flash photography. Let me begin by saying it's a tremendous testament to your character, your conviction, perseverance, and values that you are the focal point of today's ceremonies. Congratulations, you made it. You as graduates have earned the key to the door that will open pathways to your future. The experiences and skills you have gained through your education will serve you well. I encourage you to boldly step through that door and into the next chapter of your life. An educated society both sustains and strengthens our country, communities, and our economy. College graduates earn more money and are more likely to be employed. College graduates tend to be healthier, have health insurance benefits, and healthier lifestyles. College graduates are less likely to commit crimes. And college graduates give back by volunteering in their communities. Your education at Weber State University has helped provide you with a sound foundation for building a successful career and a productive life. The award-winning New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman created a critical dialogue in his book, The World is Flat. In this book, Friedman described a flattening world where technology and communications have exploded. And nations such as China and India have seen increasing wealth and advancements as they've joined the global economy and became part of the global supply chain of both services and manufacturing. Unlike America's previous generations, Friedman suggests that today's generations must run just to keep up in an increasingly competitive world. Fortunately for you, your education here at Weber State University has put you in the starting blocks for this race. Your education has helped prepare you for both personal and economic success. To survive and flourish in a flattening, fast-paced world, our country is rapidly transitioning to a college economy. In a 2010 report titled Help Wanted, Projections of Jobs and Education Requirements through 2018, the authors maintain that the computer has automated many repetitive tasks and functions previously completed with human capital, or employees. Jobs requiring computer skills, which usually require post-secondary education, are growing, while jobs that demand repetitive manual tasks like assembly and service-related jobs are declining. This fact was recently highlighted in comments made that you may have seen by President Obama. He pointed to two examples. He pointed to teller machines at your local bank, and he pointed to airline kiosks for check-in as examples of technologies that are replacing employment or workers. An example of our time is the iPod or the iPad. You can't help but have teenagers and graduates and even old guys like me with iPods and iPads. The report gives an interesting fact about the iPad. It's an example of a typical post-industrial product. Less than 20% of the value added in the manufacture of video and audio equipment comes from the production workers who actually make the hardware. By contrast, about 80% of the value comes from the professionals who design, engineer, market, finance, manage the global production and distribution of these devices and products. The same is true in the companies I run today. I have approximately 17,000 employees operating in 22 states, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. We manufacture a wide variety of products, from state-of-the-art electronics to satellite systems to commercial aircraft structures to high-tech ammunition, missiles, rockets, propellants, and much more. Over the years, we've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in capital equipment that allows us to automate many of the processes that were previously completed by employees or human capital. The future success of companies and professionals will be in the design, the engineering, the marketing, and the supply chain management aspects of advancing technologies and producing affordable and reliable performance-based products. I tell the leaders and employees in my companies that the only constant in the world of business is change, and that to remain competitive, viable, and relevant, we too must be willing to ensure, to be adaptable, to be nimble, and to be proactive. The Association of American Colleges and Universities made a profound statement that reinforces this reality. I quote, "In recent years, the ground has shifted for Americans in virtually every important sphere of life: economic, cultural, environmental, and civic. The world around us is being dramatically reshaped by scientific and technological innovations, global interdependence, cross-cultural encounters, and changes in the balance of economic and political power. Today it is clear that the United States and individual Americans will be challenged to engage in unprecedented ways with the global community collaboratively and competitively. To succeed in a chaotic environment, graduates will need to be intellectually resilient, cross-culturally and scientifically literate, technologically adept, ethically anchored, and fully prepared for a future of continuous and cross-disciplinary learning." I continue to quote, "Intercultural learning is already one of the new basics in a contemporary liberal education because it is essential for work, civil society, and social life. Scientific and technological learning are equally fundamental and may well determine the difference between those who are prepared to deal with change and those who are buffeted by it." End quote. Your education here at Weber has prepared you for this environment. Your education has provided you with the opportunity and the ability to adapt and change to meet these challenges and stay relevant in the business world, as well as the modern world. Weber State University has also practiced and taught the importance of civility. In today's new media world of YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and iPods and technological smartphones and all kinds of electrical services, we're witnessing exponential advancement in information sharing and community dialogue. But we also are seeing increasing rudeness, disrespect, and open misconduct. Your higher education creates an expectation that you will operate at a higher level of professionalism, respect, and civility. We should set the example and help shape the important and growing conversation concerning ethics, personal and professional conduct, and the need to exercise mutual respect. Your instructors, counselors, professors, classmates, and families have shared with you the knowledge, experience, and tools to prepare you for the next steps in your journey through life. What you do with that knowledge and those tools is up to you. Each of us is personally responsible for our own behavior, our own actions, our own successes, and yes, our own failures. I enjoy the following sayings that I wanted to share with you today. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You should decide what you stand for. And this one, all of us are self-made men and women, but only the successful admit it. The thoughts and advice I will share with you now fit into three main categories. The pursuit of excellence first, striking a balance in your life, I'll talk about that briefly second, and letting integrity be a guiding principle in all you do. So let's start with the first. The first category is excellence. Aristotle stated the following, quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit." End quote. In the manufacturing world, many successful companies have adopted the Toyota production system, lean manufacturing disciplines, Six Sigma tools. At ATK, we call our approach to these systems the Performance Enterprise System, or we use the acronym PES. It's a business model focused on streamlining processes, eliminating waste, engaging our employees, and accepting problems so we can solve them. It is a consistent, habitual, and ingrained process. This can be applied to the way we approach employment, life challenges, and life in general. This system seeks to refine, cull out the clutter, and add value. Have purpose in whatever it is you decide to do. Seek continuous improvement. Add value. Don't stop. It takes extra effort to really stand out and to succeed. Decide right now that you will pursue greatness, however you define it. Calvin Coolidge once stated the following, quote, "Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing in the world is more common than unsuccessful men of talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." To summarize that quote from our 30th president, you could say, quote, "Failure is the path of least persistence." So don't stop. Each of us must accept personal accountability as we strive for greatness. I believe an additional 20% of effort on your part can create a separation of 80% from your peers and your competitors. Let me just say that again. I really believe this. I found this to be true in my life. 20% of additional effort on your part and that additional commitment can create an 80% separation in your performance against your competitors and your peers. Set goals. You already know something about goal setting, or you wouldn't be celebrating with us here today. But refine your goals. Continue to learn and to eventually leap. Let me talk briefly about SMART goals. SMART goals are these kind of goals. The S stands for specific. What is it you specifically want to accomplish? The M is measurable. How will you know when you've accomplished it or where you are in the path to accomplishing it? The A is achievable. A goal that's unachievable is a dream. Make sure you set achievable goals, even though they may be long-term and may need to be achieved in pieces. Set achievable goals. They need to be reportable. They need to be something that you can report and know when you're through, and they must be timely. It's important that if you set a long-range goal, you also set short-term goals, which are steps along the way that will help you accomplish that. And don't ever settle for being average or for mediocrity. Another quote I like states, quote, "Excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible." So take the challenge. Be opportunistic. Be willing to try and overcome weaknesses and unfounded fears. My greatest blessings and experiences came from taking on a challenge. Over the course of my career, I've accepted challenge after challenge. And in doing so, I often made sacrifices and took risks. In pursuing excellence and growth, we ended up moving our family 7 times. Was it difficult? Yes. Was it easy? No. Did each change represent a real new risk? Yes. However, did each change represent real opportunity? Yes. Did we live in interesting places, learn new things, and meet some fantastic people? Yes, we did. The people we met, the things we did, the places we visited, and the communities we adopted gave us insight, gave us a new perspective, gave us experiences, and gave us joy. Challenges can make us better and stronger if we approach them with a positive attitude, a good dose of reality, and a commitment to succeed. When I say be opportunistic, I mean that you should be willing to try something new. When an opportunity approaches, take it. Take on challenges even if they're outside your specific lane of experience or learning. I began my career as a financial analyst. Soon I was offered opportunities to broaden my capabilities and to leave my comfort zone. I took jobs in operations, human resources, program management, engineering, government relations, contracting, and eventually in management. I was sustained by confidence others had in me and my drive to pursue excellence in whatever I was doing. I often refer to being focused forward. In fact, when I left one of the plants I'd run, they gave me a chrome-plated rear-view mirror as a joke because I told them I didn't want employees looking in the rear-view mirror. So when I speak about being focused forward, it means that we should be looking out the windshield. It's important to occasionally glance in the rearview mirror, evaluating past successes and failures, but spend a majority of your time looking through the windshield, focusing on what's ahead. Please don't live in the past. Don't be preoccupied with what has already happened or what may have already occurred. Look to the future with optimism, preparation, planning, and then pursue personal, spiritual, professional growth, and always add value. The next category I'd like to talk about briefly is balance. If you were to ask my children what one of Dad's lectures are, they would tell you, and I'm sure all three of my children would say this, one of Dad's lectures is balance. Strike a balance in your life. Ensure that you experience life in a variety of dimensions. Don't get so caught up in being or doing one thing that you lose sight of the bigger picture. Take care of your spiritual, emotional, physical, and social needs. Imbalance leads to fatigue, pessimism, and feeling unfulfilled. Spiritually, take time to meditate. Reflect on your values and beliefs. Recognize you're part of something much bigger in scope than your day-to-day activities or your frustrations or your successes. Be true to your spiritual underpinning and never compromise your character or values for temporary rewards or recognitions. Second, emotionally strive for greatness. Seek satisfaction in your personal performance. Succeed by doing what you find important and what you find rewarding. Take time for hobbies and vacations. Engage in a wide variety of interests. Third, physically take care of yourself. Be active and aware of your own health. Use your favorite activities to alleviate stress, boost your confidence, and to relax. If you're healthy, if you're unhealthy, it becomes difficult to work. It becomes difficult to play, serve others, and to succeed. Get enough rest. Working smarter is often better than just working harder. And last, socially, enjoy your friends and family. Seek associations. Belong, love, share, and find ways to give back. Through the years, my family has been an important element of ensuring balance in my own life. My wife and children have been a blessing to me. Their activities, whether it be sports, religious affiliations, hobbies, all have created great opportunities for me to engage in a wide variety of experiences. Our family vacations, time together at swim meets, ball games, piano recitals, and plays have helped to keep me balanced. They've also helped me keep my priorities straight. You are likely fortunate to have had the opportunity to participate in wonderful citizenship projects here at Weber State University. This institution is service-oriented. I saw how many of you stood with the question about your ability to engage in service here. For the 6th consecutive year, the Federal Corporation of National and Community Service named Weber State University to the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll for exemplary service efforts to disadvantaged youth and to community. Weber has also obtained the Community Engagement classification by the Carnegie Foundation for the advancement of teaching. I also know many of you have served in the military or have a deep personal understanding of what it means to serve in the military. Weber State University has been recognized as one of the top military-friendly colleges and universities in the nation. I commend the university for its partnership with Hill Air Force Base and the military and civilian employees who work there. We must never forget those who serve and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms, our liberties, and our way of life. I've had the opportunity to spend time with our wounded warriors, those who have valiantly served our country and come back injured, traumatized, or disabled. Last fall, my wife, Marcine, and I hosted a Wounded Warrior event in Washington, D.C., where ATK teamed with the USO, and we were joined by the reigning Miss America to honor these courageous and selfless men and women. All who serve in our armed forces deserve our gratitude, our love, our respect, and our support. To hear their stories of dedication and sacrifice puts chills down your spine and brings tears to your eyes. It's an honor to be in the presence of these men and women. I also encourage you to always offer your hand, your time, and your resources to those in need. We're fortunate to have the liberties and opportunities that surround us. Don't be selfish with what you've earned or been given. Share it and make a difference in someone else's life. Finally, the last category I'd like to talk about today is integrity. Let integrity be your guide. I'm often accused of being blunt, candid. I like to call it straightforward. I'm comfortable with the accusation. Being straightforward helps me avoid having to try to remember what I said on one particular subject. I don't have to attempt to remember statements made to particular people of varying interests or different perspectives, or statements made to please a particular person. I always say what I truly believe. I believe you can be straightforward, honest, and at the same time be respectful. Treat people with respect, listen, and be honest. When you make mistakes, I've found it's best just to say so. Learn from them and move on. These experiences will shape your perspective, and they do sharpen your skills. But remember, experience is a dear teacher, but only fools will learn by no other. In the end, your life is simply the culmination of a life's worth of decisions, good decisions and bad decisions. One of my favorite poems is titled The Man in the Glass by Peter Wimbrose Sr. I'd like to share it with you today. When you get what you want in your struggle for gain and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass, but the fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. Some people may think you're a straight-shooting chum and call you a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you right up to the end. And you have passed your most challenging and difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Be relentless in your pursuit of excellence, be well-rounded, live a balanced life, and follow your personal compass of integrity. The opportunities and possibilities for happiness and success are countless. Your future is bright. Congratulations to each of you on setting and achieving the goal of graduating from this great university. I'm proud of you. I respect you for your outstanding accomplishment, and good luck.
Thank you. And thank you, Mark, for those inspiring remarks for all of us. Thank you. And now we'll proceed with the presentation of candidates for graduation by Provost Michael Vaughn.
Will all of the candidates for institutional certificates and associate degrees please stand? Will all of the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? I think. And finally, while the bachelor's and associate degree candidates remain standing, I would ask all of the candidates for graduate certificates and master's degrees to please stand. President Milner, as the Provost of Weber State University, it's my honor and pleasure to present these candidates who have completed all of the requirements for the certificates and degrees indicated in the program of the day and are deemed worthy of this distinction.
In the name of Weber State University, upon recommendation of its faculty and by the authority of the Utah State Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate certificate and degree indicated in the program of the day. As a symbol of your achievement, will all the graduates please move the tassels from the right side of their caps to the left side? Keep standing. Your graduation today is both a personal achievement to be celebrated and a gift from family, friends, faculty, staff, and others who supported you. Graduates, would you please give them a round of applause for their support? Thank you. You may be seated. Aren't they wonderful? You'll now hear from Mary Hall, President of the Weber State University Alumni Association.
As President of Weber State's Alumni Association, I would like to invite all alumni present today to please stand. Graduates, graduates, today is your day. And on behalf of the Weber State University Alumni Association, it is my pleasure to extend our warmest congratulations and welcome you into the ranks of alumni of this great institution. With some of the lowest student-to-faculty ratios in the nation, you have been privileged to work closely with outstanding professors. I still remember with fondness and gratitude those professors who taught me to think critically, view the world with wonder, and make a contribution to society. You too will feel your professors' influence as you pursue your life goals. Take time to thank them and keep in touch. And speaking of keeping in touch, the very best way is through Weber State's Alumni Association. Please join. Membership will keep you informed of all the happenings on campus, provide opportunities for career networking and lifelong learning, and support student scholarships. Membership also includes some amazing and exclusive benefits, so check it out online. Many challenges and opportunities lie ahead, but today, take time to savor the moment and celebrate this outstanding achievement. Again, congratulations. I would now like to invite Alan Hall back to the podium for an announcement.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, President Milner recently announced a retirement as president of Weber State. This beloved executive has served this community, the faculty, and student body over a 30-year career as the Director of Outreach Education for the School of Allied Health, as an Assistant Vice President for Community Partnerships, as the Vice President of University Relations, and for 10 years as the dedicated and highly praised Chief Executive of the university. She has distinguished herself as the paramount leader of one of the finest institutions of higher learning in the region. She has overseen the growth of the university in the size of the student body, the number of new programs, and new buildings, including the campus in Davis County. She is not only a terrific servant leader, but a phenomenal visionary, able to anticipate the needs of the university into the future and be able to raise the funds for its growth. She has overcome barriers and obstacles to ensure that students receive an education from a quality faculty with first-class instruction. Under her steady hand, she has consistently and successfully managed a multi-$100 million budget during both prosperity and economic hardship. Foremost, she has been able to connect with the community and engage in meaningful ways to enhance the welfare of all citizens. Next week, she will be recognized by the state of Utah with the prestigious Transforming Community Award for her service to the people of Northern Utah. As she looks back on her tenure, she can happily note that over 30,000 students obtained their degree on her watch, with nearly everyone finding employment that sought it. As trustees of Weber State, we have been privileged to associate with this remarkable and extraordinary president. Today, we thank her for her bold leadership, her pleasant management style, and her unrelenting desire to help students achieve their goals. Ladies and gentlemen, this community is indebted to her for her tireless work on our behalf. Please stand and join me in giving her our heartfelt thanks.
This was not in the program I approved. Boss. Thank you all very much. But this is a day we focus on our students and their success and our kind of commitment at this university to make sure students come here, that they have the opportunity to pursue a superb educational experience with personalized experiences with faculty and with staff, and that when they leave, they're prepared to succeed in life, in community, and career. So thank you all very much for what you've done, for your accomplishments, and best wishes for your success. We appreciate everyone who planned, organized, and participated in the commencement program. If there are any in the audience who would like an additional program, they'll be available at Portal 14. You may pick them up at the conclusion of the ceremony. For those who would like to view this entire ceremony, please refer to page 35 in your program for information on watching commencement on Weber State's YouTube channel or instructions on how to obtain a personal DVD of the ceremony. Alumni, as you leave here today, I encourage you to continue your connection with Weber State University. We hope it's a lifelong relationship where you return to learn, to foster relationships with faculty and colleagues, to support students who follow in your footsteps, and to engage in university activities. You will always be a part of Weber State University, a place that played a role in changing your life. But most of all, don't ever forget that you bleed purple. Now, will you please join the Weber State University Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Michael Palumbo and vocalist Lindsay Parkinson, in singing our school song, Purple and White. For those of you who have not yet memorized Purple and White, the words are printed inside the back cover of the program. The recessional by the graduates will then conclude the 139th commencement exercises of Weber State University. The audience, platform guests, and faculty should remain standing during the recessional. Please rise for our school song, Purple and White.
Be true to thee, O purple and white, and I will stand by thee in any fight for truth and right.